auto planners. Now, you've heard me say over and over again that yes, you can have chocolate. Yes, you can have crisps. Yes, you can have pizza. And yes, you can lose weight. But I've never actually gone into the depth or the explanations of how and why this is possible. Now, first thing that I want to point out is I'm an evidence-based practitioner. I am not just coming up with theories. This is not just my idea. I'm not just putting it out there. This is from evidence that has been collected over and over again and studies that have been done worldwide across the population. Now, you might even remember, on a basic terms, the guy who ate McDonald's as long as it met his calorie intake and still lost weight. If you haven't, that's a basic study. You can go find it. It was just a guy filming it on YouTube and doing it himself. Now, anyway, putting that aside, I'll get into the details of it. Now, an energy balance is what we would class as like a calorie deficit or maintenance or a calorie surplus. Now, energy in is from your food, the drinks that you consume, anything that you basically consume. And energy out is your movements, your heartbeat, everything that keeps you alive, that kind of thing. So when we're in a neutral balance, when the food intake and the movement, I've named it movement, but it's not movement, it's actually like your BMR and everything like that. But for the purpose of the demonstration, so you can understand the visual, when our food in, so our energy in and our energy out are the same, everything remains the same. And this is what we call maintenance. Hang on, is that right? Now, when our movement, our BMR, so our TDEE, exceeds our energy in, this is what we call weight loss. So that would be what you guys, or what everyone calls, a calorie deficit. So I'll call it a calorie deficit for this purpose. And I'll write weight loss so you can see. I hope you can see this because the lighting is terrible in here tonight. And then when the food in exceeds, I might have said that the wrong way, but when the movement exceeds the food in, now when the food in exceeds the movement, which is your TDE, we get a calorie surplus or weight gain. Now, this is where we get into sort of the nitty gritty about it. So, it really doesn't matter on the food that you take in, as long as the balance is set in the direction that you choose. Does that mean it's healthy? No. No, it doesn't. But I'll break it down. So most of the people who I speak to, when they say, oh, I'm not just looking to lose weight, I want to get healthy, we then ask them what they mean by getting healthy, because losing weight in general, so if you are overweight or you are obese and you lose just 5% of that body weight that you are carrying, you have improved all of your health markers by a phenomenal amount. So you have become healthier just by losing weight. But people try and dismiss that and say, no, I need to eat fruits and veggies and lean meats all of the time, otherwise I'm no longer healthy. Well, if I was to guide people, which I do on a daily basis, and told them that this is the only way they can eat from now on, we would have an adherence problem. And what that means is the client who is used to enjoying cookies and whatever, they would no longer be able to adhere to this rigid change. So if I told them, no, you can only eat fruits, veggies, fish, and your lean meats and stuff like that, no, none of the stuff that you enjoy, they would probably stick to it for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks at the most, and then that would break, and they would return to their old problematic ways. Now, we need to eliminate that in the process of coaching someone. Yes, if we can encourage you to have more fruits and veggies and more lean meats, we absolutely will. And that's why when you look at our recipes on the Auto Planner, the majority of them are great tasting, but with real ingredients. But we will not tell someone, no, you can't have that chocolate bar, otherwise you failed, because that is an adherence problem, and then eventually they will quit. And if they've lost 10 kilo on this rigid diet, and then they have a chocolate bar and then feel like they've failed, that 10 kilos comes back on and you've got your client back to where they were. Now, if you tell them they can have that chocolate bar and and their weight continues to drop, it's not like the most healthiest on paper, but you've reduced your client's weight in a sustainable way that they can continue forever. Now, once they can eat their favourite foods alongside better choices of foods, it's a win-win scenario, and that is exactly why the Auto Planner is built. It's based upon these concepts alongside removing rigidity, I can't say that, removing like rigid aspects of eating. So the concepts are, you would be helping the client go from A to B in a way that they can still enjoy food, improving their relationships with their food, reducing their weight, which improves all of their health markers, because when you look at some of the major health associated deaths in this country and most of the Western world, you would find that obesity is linked to a high amount of them. So when we reduce our obesity levels, we are reducing the risks, improving our health markers, anything to do with those other health related issues. So we'd be eliminating everything. And that has been my goal from day one, is to create a system where we can do all of this and we can educate people, and we can still allow them to enjoy foods, and with manipulated ways so they can still enjoy more calories on a weekend or more calories on a Wednesday night, whatever it may be, by using the calorie banking feature. Now, any questions at all, as always, are welcome in the comment section, so drop them there. If you haven't been to the packages section of the app and gone to the very bottom, and you've got two options to scroll left or right, click on both of those packages and watch the videos in there. Honestly, they are there to help you understand nutrition, understand our concepts, and fully understand the Auto Planner and all of the features. Any questions, leave them below. Peace!